Hey everyone, I'm Erin and this is the Cardboard Republic. We have a haul video for you today, so we are going to go over some of the games that we got in during December. And most of them, I think all of them, we haven't played yet, so I will give you, as always, my first impressions. First up is one we've been waiting for a while. Trajan is one of Feld's biggest games, and it's kind of a benchmark for a lot of more strategic gamers. It has awesome, I don't even want to say reviews, because it feels like for Trajan we've moved past reviews, and it just, everything I've heard about it has been good. So I'm excited to play it. I want to try it. I kind of love Euro games most of the time, and this is like one of the Euro games to measure a Euro game against. So, Trajan. And then we have Dice Forge. This is kind of the opposite. I mean, it's still, I've heard good things about it, but this is a game all about making dice. And you're like physically making dice. The dice that come in the game have these like modular sides that you kind of put on and take off. And I've heard really good things. I'm not allowed to say what this box reminds me of, so we're gonna move on to Altiplano. Altiplano is a game about alpacas. Breeding alpacas. I mean, not entirely. That's just part of the game, but that's the part of the game that I'm most excited for. This is a engine building style game where you have a lot of different things you can do, and the way you're going to succeed is by getting all of those different parts of the game to work smoothly together as best as you can. Maybe, unless you're me, in which case you only breed alpacas the entire game. You lose miserably, but you are the happiest one at the table. Really excited for this. Now, those games, for the most part, all have a bunch of different things going on in them. Even Dice Forge, probably the lightest of the three, still has some meat to it. Smile is definitely a smaller game, but it does look really cute. It's all about capturing these wild critters, capturing the tamed critters and avoiding the wild critters, because like the wild critters don't want to be captured. And I just love the art style, 1, and 2, that they actually call them critters. And I don't know, it looks a little bit like a betting game or a push your luck style game. You have to use some points to get the critter cards into your hand. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna like playing it, but I am gonna like looking at it. Back to more strategic games. In the Year of the Dragon is another Feld game, Stefan Feld, but it's a lot more competitive than your traditional Feld fare. So a traditional Feld game has you moving a lot of little cubes around a board, sometimes around multiple boards. And when you move the cubes to location A, you can do something at location B, but then you have to move more cubes to do something at location C. And if you combine everything, right, maybe you can unlock location D and do something there. And that's just what a Feld game is. It is sometimes literally cube pushing. But this one aims to be a little bit more cutthroat. I don't really know what that means in terms of a Feld game, because they're all kind of tricky, but a lot of them are not very in-your-face competitive. This is also one of his lesser-known titles. When people go looking for a Feld game, okay, normally they're looking for that cube pushiness. So I think that it's probably lesser known more because it doesn't fit in with his typical designs, as opposed to it's not as good. I'm hoping that we can evaluate it as it is, just as its own game, taking his name off of it, and we will see whether or not we like it. But I do also want to look at it in like the larger Feld library and kind of figure out what happened with this game. Why is it different? Cursed Court is another of the lighter games that we got in during December. This is set in a noble's court. You are wagering on who will gain favor at the end of the season. And so not only do you have to try to figure out which of the higher nobles you want to bet on, but you also only have a limited amount of information to make that choice. These are the kinds of games that I am awful at. But in 2018, I'm trying to branch out more. I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see if maybe my ability to deduce things using imperfect information has improved at all over the past years that I've been gaming. All signs point to no, but we'll see. And then back to more classic games. Tigris and Euphrates, specifically this version, is an update to the older game, but it has all of the same area control, but not really, but trying to be the best civilization thing going on. Anyway, Tigris and Euphrates is a super famous game, another one of what I would call the benchmark games. These were huge, huge titles in the industry at the time that they came out, and even to this day, they remain staples in a lot of collections and in a lot of game libraries, and they are for a reason. So I've never had a chance to play Tigris and Euphrates. We haven't owned it until now. It is kind of hard to get your hands on sometimes, at least for us. So I want to get this to the table as soon as we can. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we can have like a classic game day, but not like Monopoly style. Like all of these old-ish games that everyone always talks about in gaming, but that I've never played. On the other end of the historical timeline is Alien Artifacts. In this game, which is a card game, players have made their way into space, and you have to gather resources and research technology and build up your fleet. I love this. I love space games. I am trying really hard to love card games that aren't Race for the Galaxy. So far, Race for the Galaxy is the only card game that I like really love. Although Dominion, also good. But I want to play it. Just the art alone, it reminds me of some epic sci-fi. And that makes me so, so happy. Speaking of space, we have Terra Mystica in space. The Gaia project is actually a successor to Terra Mystica. It is set in the same universe, literally, and your job is to colonize the galaxy around Terra Mystica, which is a pretty neat idea. The game literally says there is no luck in it. I don't know if that's true yet. It is extremely heavy, though. That has no bearing on the amount of luck. It's just really heavy, and I've been holding it for a while. So this game is all about gathering your resources and exploring space and taking things over. I like 2 out of those 3 things. I enjoy the art. I'm gonna give it a try. It's really heavy. And when I've had enough of most of those ultra heavy, intense resource management games, I can go to Pie Town. In Pie Town, you are harvesting fruit and making your own pies and selling those pies, and it's all done via dice placement. And I like all of those words, especially the pie one. I love pie so much. I don't care if this game is good or not. It's about pie. There aren't enough games about pie. We don't even really have a pie emoji. This is Pie Town. This is only in this hall because as soon as we looked at the games that we got in during the month of December, I was like, we need to include Pie Town. I'm so excited for Pie Town. I have nothing else. I'm just so excited for Pie Town. So that was December for us. We got in a lot of really, really heavy games and a lot of games that are modern classics. I'm super excited for the haul this month. I think every single one of them is a game that I would love to go play right now, except we need to like edit this and upload it so that you can see it. I don't know. Apparently that's important. So if you got any games in during the month of December, leave a comment below. I would love to see what you have in your collection, what you are planning on playing. And as always, you can go over to Twitter and find us at Cardboard News. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on BGG, and we are at cardboardrepublic.com. We'll be back again really soon. Bye.